Breaking news Wednesday night, 13 April here at the Blanco Lirio channel. No sooner that we got done reporting about a DC-3 accident in Colombia, South America, than we have a second DC-3 accident. This one out of Villavicencio, Colombia, just near Bogota. This is another DC-3. This one a Basler PT6 converted DC-3. We got the video to show you here in just a moment, but first from El Tiempo. Police plane crashed in Villavicencio, 12 people injured. The accident occurred this afternoon on Wednesday. Another 14 people on the airplane were uninjured, so a very full plane of folks. The plane landed at Villavicencio to refuel, and then this accident occurred on takeoff and, of course, closed the runway. They are blaming the accident at this time. The plane, registration number Papa November Charlie 0257, would have crashed due to a gust of wind. Well, when you look at the video, you will see that clearly that is not the case. 5 injured people were transferred to the hospital, and 6 people were to the Meta Clinic. The National Police, that's kind of an overarching term for the anti-narcotics police force that operate this small fleet of turbo-converted DC-3 aircraft. This accident occurring in Villavicencio is located just south and east of Bogota over the mountains. As we look at the satellite view, here is the runway. This aircraft was departing on runway 23 to the southwest. The aircraft ended up just off the end of the runway, right about in this location here. This video that we're about to watch was filmed from the control tower located on this side of the runway, right there. This aircraft is a 1942 DC-3 converted by Basler with the PT6 engines and is owned by the Colombia National Police located in Bogota, Colombia. Here's a good picture of the accident aircraft, Papa November Charlie 0257, showing the Basler turboprop PT6A conversion. Now this video just out on YouTube, published by Pilot 93, published just today, shows the aircraft departing, starting here on the runway with the tail just barely up a good way down the runway. Now watch this. The tail is still down. The aircraft is departing the runway to the left. The tail is still down. He's not picking up the tail. He's not rejecting the takeoff. He's going to continue the takeoff well beyond the end of the runway into the trees. He horses the thing into the air and promptly stalls the aircraft. He never picked up the tail. He never flew the tail of the DC-3. Remember, we've talked about this before on the DC-3. You have to rotate up on the mains, A, to get the rudder effective in the airflow of the airplane, and B, to get the angle of attack correct for the wings to fly the aircraft off of the runway. If you try to horse the DC-3 off in a 3-point attitude, those wings will be in basically a stalled condition, usually, and the DC-3 has a notorious tip stall to it, typically to the left, and these guys just stalled it right away on takeoff. There is some serious lack of training going on with the folks that are operating these D3s out of Colombia right now. They got to get some additional training for these aircraft. Let's watch this one more time. Never gets the tail up, never gets the correct angle of attack on the wings. departs the runway well off to the left side in the grass, horses it off the ground as he sees the trees coming, and promptly stalls the aircraft. Very lucky there was no post-crash fire. Very lucky everybody survived. Again, on a normal DC-3 departure, you've got to fly the tail up first to get A, rudder effectiveness, and B, the correct angle of attack on the wings. As in this example, as soon as the power comes up on the engines, that tail is up and flying. Rudder high up in the air, plenty of directional control. The aircraft can accelerate to the correct speed before you begin demanding lift from the wings. Most takeoffs in the DC-3 are done in a no-flap condition. Same thing on landing with full flaps. Wheel the aircraft on, keeping the tail up high. This is a left crosswind example. Left main first. Right main, keep the tail up high, maintains directional control. You can now retract the flaps if you really want a short landing distance. Get on the brakes a little bit, keep that tail up high, even give it a little burst of power if you need to, right there, and lower the tail at taxi speeds because, again, this tail is locked, non-steerable tail wheel, and is only unlocked when you're at taxi speeds and you want to turn off of the runway. There, it's unlocked and he's able to turn the aircraft off the runway. So clearly this is not due to a gust of wind. This is due to a lack of proper training in the DC-3 aircraft. The folks in Colombia have got to get some proper training or they will no longer have a fleet of PT-6 converted DC-3 aircraft to fly in Colombia. Thanks so much for your support of this channel, especially over on Patreon, for making this content possible. See you here.